Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, I want to show you Electrode, the new Electrode, and I want to make the argument that this new Electrode is awesome, and that we should all be expecting this new Electrode to be quite good. Because you see, I've been excited about this Electrode since I saw it, and I've been trying to stoke excitement, and I've been not terribly successful. Most people I talk to about this Electrode have the general opinion of, I mean, it looks fine. But nobody seems to be getting too excited about it. Well, there's a Japanese card shop I follow on Twitter, and this caught my eye, because 2 tournaments in a row, and they were smaller tournaments admittedly, but 2 tournaments in a row were won by a dude playing Electrode. And in a smaller tournament, you are going to be gunning for the dude that won last time. So the fact that they managed to win 2 in a row with an Electrode-focused Lightning deck should tell you something about how good this deck is. Now, for what it's worth, it is an expanded deck that does need to be pointed out, boo, hiss, etc. But you could absolutely take the core of this and turn it into a standard format deck, and we'll talk about that as we go through. But let's start off with Electrode. It's not the attack is garbage. But we've got the ability Bazap Generator. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may search your deck for up to 2 Lightning Energy and attach them to your Lightning Pokemon in any way you like, and then shuffle your deck. And then KO Electrode and give your opponent a prize. Yeah, it's one of those that gives up a prize. But what it does is it gets so much energy on the field that it really doesn't matter that you're giving up a prize. You're totally okay with it. Now, it's not the only energy acceleration we play. Now, in terms of things that haven't rotated yet, obviously we're playing Tapu Koko Prism Star, lets you attach a couple energy from the discard pile, and obviously we're playing Pikachu and Zekrom, whose attack does 150, and lets you attach 3 energy from the deck to one of your Pokemon. And then, of course, we're playing Zera Aura GX, whose GX attack lets you attach 5 energy from the discard to your Pokemon. And it's got an ability that gives free retreat to anything with lightning energy attached. And this is kind of weird, because if you're playing Zera Aura, you're probably not using the awesome GX attack on Pikachu and Zekrom that does 200 to the active and 170 to one of your opponent's bench. Although, let's be perfectly clear here, there will still be games where you start the game and go, oh, hang on a second, I really actually need to be doing the GX attack on Pikarom, and you can make that work. I should mention also that there is 1 copy of Electrode GX here. Now, this is another Pokemon that unfortunately has gone ahead and rotated, so you're not going to be playing this in a post-rotation deck. Electrode GX, honestly, I don't like as much as this more recent Electrode anyway, but it is nice with a bit of a Hail Mary. It's got the ability Extra Energy Bomb, which lets you KO it and attach 5 energy from your discard to your Pokemon other than GX and EX in any way that you like. But you've got to knock it out and give up 2 prizes to do so, and you cannot accelerate energy to things like Pikarom with this, or Dedenne, etc. And bearing in mind, if you're spreading out your energy, you might want to pop some on Dedenne. And it just ends up being a little bit, it's fine, but I am not particularly worried. I'd be potentially looking to cut this from the deck even if it hadn't rotated. So, if that's all the energy and stuff, what's your main attacker? Your main attacker is Boltund V. And make no mistake about it, this is a Boltund deck. And the goal here is really rather straightforward. Pile energy onto field, smash with Boltund. Good doggo. And it really is as simple as that. This is a deck that is aiming to just pile energy on the field. And alright, maybe we don't have Zera Aura GX at the moment, but we've still got Tapu Koko, we've still got Pikarom, we're going to have Electrode, we're going to have Boltund. It's not like you couldn't make a version of this deck in Standard. You most certainly can. Now, what Boltund does, for 1 energy, you can just search for 2 lightning and attach them to your bench. It's fine as an emergency attack. It gets energy on the field. It's not what we're looking for. Though sometimes getting the energy on the field will let you hit the numbers in subsequent turns, so you will do it over attacking. And then for 2 energy, you do 10 damage base, plus 30 more for each lightning attached to all of your Pokemon. Now, firstly, this means if you compile enough energy on the field, you can do essentially limitless damage. But secondly, it means that you can protect your energy. You only need 2 energy per Boltund. What that means is, Boltund goes down and you basically take 60 damage off the board. But if you had like 9 energy out, you've still got 7 energy out. So you're still doing 220 and you can still get more energy down and you can just keep rolling. If the energy is spread out, it's hard to actually take the energy out, and taking the energy out is how you neuter a Boltund deck. Yes, pun intended. And Boltund has really dropped off the radar in the past few months. Maybe this could be what's bringing it back. Maybe not. Maybe Boltund isn't the best use for Electrode, but it's the best use I've seen in the past few weeks, since it released. So that's what we're focusing on today. Incidentally, there is one other Pokemon that does see play in the deck. It is Dedenne GX. Discard your hand, draw 6 cards. Yet, it's pretty good consistency. We like Dedenne. Now, in terms of energy, obviously we're playing a bunch of basic lightning. That's fairly important. But we're also playing 4 speed lightning energy. Because it's a lightning energy, yes, it does mean that Boltund does more damage. But it also lets you draw 2 cards when you attach it. Which, I mean, it's card advantage, right? It means you're drawing more stuff. This is good. Extra consistency, more energy, yes. Absolutely yes. Now, one of the weird things here, of course, is that we are post-rotation, so we've lost a couple of cards. We've lost Thunder Mountain and we've lost Electro Power. Honestly, Thunder Mountain is not the end of the world. It's a bit sad. Obviously, we'd like to use Thunder Mountain to make Pikarom into a 2-energy attacker. But the fact of the matter is, you're going to be accelerating a lot of energy here, and Boltund's attack really kind of negates the use of this stadium a bit. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, we'd rather have it, but it's not the end of the world. Yes, losing Electro Power that does an extra 30 damage does suck, and there's no way around that. It's sad, but there's not much we can do about it. The other card we are losing is Sky Pillar, which is the one that stops all that stuff happening to your bench Pokemon. I don't think this is the biggest loss ever. Yes, fine, we'd like some protection for our bench, but we've still got Mew from Unbroken Bonds that can protect your bench. Yes, Sky Pillar's awesome, and yes, we'd like to have it to protect the bench, but it's not the worst thing ever. It's not the biggest loss we've ever seen. Now, the cool thing, and weirdly, the deck does actually play Stadium Nav here. Obviously, if you're cutting Thunder Mountain, which you have to, there's a decent shout you want to cut Stadium Nav as well. Then again, this deck doesn't play Turbo Patch. So if I'm making this deck post-rotation, well, I'm losing a few cards, but I really want to get energy on the field. Why not Turbo Patch? And incidentally, every heads I hit with Turbo Patch is an extra 30 damage, so it is equivalent to an Electro Power. You can make it work for you here. Now, while we're talking flippy cards, the deck does play 4 copies of Pokemon Catcher, and I love that it plays 4 copies of Pokemon Catcher, because what that means is you're not wasting your supporters playing stuff like Boss's Orders, so we can go full draw here. Your gusting is on coin flips, though there will be games where you flip tails and that will be terribly sad. And because we're not using our supporters for Boss's Orders, it actually opens up playing Beedee. You can legit play Beedee. That's the one that lets you attach an extra basic from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. Very much worth pointing out, this will not allow you to attach a speed lightning energy. It is specifically prohibited by the card. But it's still a cool tech. We're only playing 1 here, but very, very cool tech. Now, in terms of Pokemon Search, we're playing Quick Ball to get your basics, Evolution Incense to get your evolutions, and then Cherish Ball to get your GXs. Which is weird, there aren't that many of them, but they do include Dedenne, so that's fairly big. In terms of supporters, we've got Cynthia as draw, shove your hand into your deck, draw 6. Professor's Research, discard your hand, draw 7, and Marnie. Both players shuffle the hand, put them on the bottom of the deck, you get 5 cards, your opponent gets 4. That's decent disruption as well as draw. And then we've got Guzma and Hala that lets you search for a Pokemon tool and a special energy and a stadium. Now, we've talked about the stadiums we really want are going, but it lets you get a speed lightning energy, which is awesome. And it also lets you get a tool. What tool are we playing, pray tell? We're playing Island Challenge Amulet. And I adore Island Challenge Amulet in this deck. Because the thing is, Island Challenge Amulet, you whack it on a Pokemon GX or EX, and then when they're knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, they give up one fewer prize. So Dedenne becomes a 1-prizer, Pikarom becomes a 2-prizer, etc. And what this does is it either makes it not worth KOing the Dedenne, or it helps to even up the prizes. Your opponent wants to KO Dedenne for 2 prizes, make them only take 1, and then that prize that you gave up to use Electrode kind of comes back to you a little bit, which is kind of funky. It's a very cool tech and a very cool card. The other card in the deck here is Volkner, but again, that one has unfortunately rotated. Sure, a bunch of these cards have rotated, but the core of the deck, the Bolton, the Electrode, the Energy Acceleration, etc., it's all in here. And all you need to do is find a new stadium, whack some Turbo Patch in there, make a couple other little tweaks if you like, and all of a sudden you've got a really good Speed Bolton deck moving forward. Yes, this particular list has cards that have rotated out, but as I've tried to explain during the video, it is not going to be a Herculean job here to actually go ahead and make this into a post-rotation deck. I am a huge fan of this, but I would very much like to know if you like it or whether you just cannot take it particularly seriously. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Go nuts, be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.